How's it going? It's Electron Man. We're out here again with another CB to look at. Today we have a Midland 13830. These were super popular. There's a lot of these made. This is a 23 channel one. I guess they made these back in the day. In fact, a little story. My very first radio, I'm dating myself, but my very first CB radio was one of these right here. Exactly, it was a 13830, and I had it in an old Chevelle that I had, a 1971 Chevelle. And I bought the radio on sale at TGY, and I can still remember me going in there, and they had two of them side by side, and they were both Midlands, and one of them was a 40 channel, and this was a 23 channel. I guess they were just rolling out the 40 channels, and they had this one on closeout for, I think I paid like $40 for it, or $48. It was right around there. It was regular like 89 or 79, but they were closing them out. And then I, went over to the local truck stop and got me an antenna, and man, I've been in CB ever since. But anyway, that's into the woods. But this is a cool array. This uses that PLL2A chip, and these got really popular. I did a lot of mods in these. Probably shouldn't be telling that, but I did a lot of mods of these back 10, 15 years ago, before all the exports came out. Used to extra channels was really something unique, and it was only by modifying these radios. There was different conversions. You could use crystals, but this one had that PLL2A in it. I'm sure it does. I'll open it up, but I know this radio real well. But you could cut a couple traces on this, and then I usually take the external speaker and switch and wire it in there. And with that, depending on which two pins you shorted, you could either have higher or lowers. And if you wanted to, you could put a 3-position switch, which I started doing. It would give you higher and lowers. But anyway, yeah, real modifiable expanded channel 23 channel radio. These days, I mean, this one here is definitely, I'm not gonna do any mod on it like that. You can get export radios now, and really I think the whole expanded band thing's kind of run its course. I mean, there's so many radios out there that have it now, and really it's the stock 40 channels is where you're going to get any activity at, up there in the upper 20 channels and channel 6, and that's where you're going to find the skip and stuff. I guess having those expanded channels, is kind of nice if you have a certain group and you want to get off the regular 40, but there's not that many CBers out there anymore. So like I said, I'm getting into the woods there, but I just don't see any need to modify. If you want expanded channels, go get you an export radio. But anyway, this is passion to me. This is cooler radio. I hope this little guy works. They were pretty hardy in their time, and they talked good. They weren't no super talker, but I remember I managed to, I could talk to all my buddies in town, and I know it'd go 10, 15 miles no problem. I'd get up there there's a hill that we call Shadow Mountain that I'd get up on top there, and man, I could talk all over town. Of course, you always had those guys with the bases, and back in my day, man, CB got like really wild there for a while. Golly, I'd say yeah, probably from 1980 to really 1990. I'd say there was about a 10-year there that it was just, it got to where it was ridiculous. Guys fighting. I remember guy going over and getting shot by another CBer, and just a bunch of silliness going on. But I think the hobby's kind of circled back around now, and I know there's new interest in it. But the new guys, they really just kind of want to get on there and talk and play with amps and stuff, which is cool. I mean, and not try to be a channel hog on a Friday night and talk a bunch of nonsense. Like it got so bad that I actually kind of backed out of it. I always had a CB, but I just let them guys do their fighting. And me and the buddies at the time, we had expanded radios, and we used to talk on 26.815 at night. Oh, we had a lot of good nights, man. We did everything. We played games, trivia, good old days. But anyway, let's take a look at this old guy and see if she works. Get my equipment hooked up, get it powered on my signal generator. Get the tan stand going here, get a mic plugged into it, and let's just see what we got going on here. Yeah, she powers up. I gotta see channel 16. Is she generating a tone? And I'm not hearing any tones. I'm not getting any receive, it appears. And no transmit. Well, that's not a good sign. Well, I guess we're going to have to open it up and take a look at this one. Getting nothing right now. Well, we'll just see what we can find out about that. Okay, I got the case off of it now. I got screws out, and take a look at the back first and see what we got going on. Definitely hasn't been modified. I can tell you that for sure that's that PLL02A chip just by looking at it. Yeah, that looks like that's all factory stuff. I don't see anything out of the norm. I like to look and see if there's any sloppy or flux from somebody else coming in here and working on it. Or that's what it doesn't look like. This looks like this is definitely a Virgin radio, which is nice. And get her working and even make it nicer. Oh, good, it's got speaker terminals too. Let's just get those unplugged right now instead of fighting this speaker. Okay, we got no receive. Caps look okay from appearance. Do I have anything burned in here? We know it's powering up, so the protection diode's okay. And actually really clean looking radio. Not seeing anything yet. PLL02A. Very familiar with this old radio. You could also change out this 10.240 crystal and bend the channels that way, but then you lost your regular channel, so that wasn't really. That's why you put a micro switch with another crystal, and then you. Anyway, I'm getting into modifying, and that's not what we're interested in. We're interested in doing a repair on this radio. So let's start simple. I always say start simple. I noticed the switch on the front was kind of sticky. Let me go ahead and hit those two. Work them back and forth a couple times. Being setting that long, I'm going to go ahead and clean all the rheostats, variable resistors. Go ahead and clean them guys while I'm in here. Let's see if I'm getting any. Oscilloscope over here. Just see if I'm getting any. Yeah, I'm getting oscillation. Okay, that's good. So the oscillating circuit's working on it. Okay. That was after I cleaned it too. Let me hook up an external speaker here since I've unplugged my speakers. Let's see what we got going on. I like an easy one, man. The last couple have been really tough, I'll tell you. That old Sears Road Talker, wow. PA external speaker. Okay. Let's switch her to external speaker. Filter off. Look at that. I'll be damned. That's a good sign. We're generating a tone now. Very nice. About 0.02 microvolts to 3 microvolts. Nice. Good strong receive on it. Okay, let's see if we got any modulation and transmit now. Got transmit, dead keen about 2.5 watts. Okay, yeah, I'm not real impressive on the hell audio. I mean, I know these radios are not known for their output, but it's a little bit down. 2.5 to maybe 3.5, 4 watts there. I don't want to push it too hard because I know these radios don't have a lot of cooling on them either. If you look at the final there, it's just got a small piece of metal to keep it cool, but I would like to bring her up more than that. I know these are, like I said, I've been in many of these radios, and they're 2.5 to 3.5 watts. 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 2.5 to they're definitely capable of more than that. Well, let me, I wonder if I can find my adjusting tool and see if I can't do a little tweakifying to this. I'll be back here in a second. I need to go see if I can find my adjustment tool. Okay, I found one of my tools anyway, but one of my adjustment tools. But let's go ahead and go in here, and like I said, I'm very familiar with these radios, and I know these 3 loading coils are going to be for your power output adjustment, and then RV102 will be for your modulation, your AMC. So basically what I'm going to do is, which might be a little obnoxious for you, but basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a tone, and then my test stand has actually a place where I can put my mic over the top of it. So I'm generating modulation, so I'm basically generating peak output with modulation there. And what I'll do is I will key it up. Sorry if that's a little bit obnoxious. And then what I'll do is I'll take these loaded coils here, these adjustable coils, wrong screwdriver, and then I'll slowly turn them up and down till I get a peak output. Got about half a watt there. I usually go peak and then back off this slightly, just so I'm not overdriving it. And I'll look at the modulation after I tweak it to make sure I'm not overdriving it. Okay, well that definitely got it for my 2.5. I'm modulating 5 going on 6 now. And let me go ahead and turn up the modulation, that RV102 to see, which it hasn't been touched. This radio had never been peaked. Really neat. Don't get very many Virgin radios in here, especially this old. Yeah, that screwdriver's not doing the trick. I thought that would be a small enough flat blade to do it. You really want to use a plastic one if you have handy, and I have one somewhere, but I couldn't find it. But I can get by with this. Just be very careful. Oh yeah, ooh yeah. That made a difference. Now we're about 6 watts. Okay, I can turn that off now. Sorry, but I got hell audio. We're walking the dog now. We're walking the dog. Yeah, and I picked it for max, not for dead key. It's still dead keying. 2.5. Hell audio, and swinging about 7. Audio. Let me take a look at my modulation here and see how it looks. Making sure I'm not oversaturating it. Don't want it to be garbled on the other side. Hell audio. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Okay, we look really good. I'm not oversaturating. Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know that can get it. Now, so let's go ahead and check and see if she's on frequency. This is a tune-up, guys. This is what you guys, when you buy a radio and they say a tune-up, they're doing just what I'm doing right now. It's not rocket science, but you do need the right equipment. Right on frequency. 27,155,007. Very nice. Hello, audio. I should have shown you the before and after, you know, dang it. Hopefully I'll get better on these videos. If I'd have thought about it, I'd show you what it was doing before on the RF output and what it's doing now. But anyway, let me go ahead and I'm going to clean this radio up. That was cool. All it had is dirty switches up here, and she's back up and running. That's the way I like them. I think this radio will clean up pretty good, and to make a nice little talking radio. And if anything, this is a good little video on how to tweak one and pick and tune one, and not without. I mean, you could add a modulator. You can go hog wild, but you wouldn't want to do it in a little radio like this. But anyway, let me come back after I put her back together and clean her out. We'll see what she looks like. Okay, guys, here's the Midland model 18 or 13830 all back together. She cleaned up pretty nice, to be honest. She's got a little chrome peeling on top there and on the side here a little bit, but for I think this was made in June of 1977. Pretty good, if you ask me. Receives really solid on it. Take a look at the output here. Head audio, head audio, head audio, head audio. Yep, nice swing, about 5.5, 6 watts. Dead key 2.5. Perfect for if you want to run a little Texas Star or something amp on it. Like I said, she's perfectly on frequency, so we got one fixed here. Anyway, the little archive review of this radio, I love it. I mean, this brings me back to my childhood. Is it a badass new Connex or Ranger or RCI or whatever's hot these days? No, it's an old 23 channel radio, but really close to my heart, and this is a good one. It makes somebody a nice little, it's subcompact and make a nice little radio if they're just wanting to run up and down the highway and play on the CB a little bit. This will make a great little radio. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please like and subscribe. Have a great day. This is the Electron Man.